What's up, man? It's your boy Danye BC2, and we got a video. Charlie Kirk is talking about black culture, and I think this is a discussion that needs to be had. I understand that this discussion and this topic can get sensitive sometimes, but I want to have an honest discussion about this. I want to talk about this, and I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about. So let's get right into the video, man. Let's not play no games.
Right. So when segregation ended, right, black people were, when slavery ended, actually, black people were just forced wherever, right? So they had nowhere to go. And then there was laws put in place to put them into prison. And after,
It's okay. No. What's your name? Guys, what's your name?
Jackson.
It takes a lot of courage to come up here.
Yeah. No,
Let's just take a deep breath. Okay. I'm not here to pick on you.
No,
and I appreciate it. No, it's okay. I know this can be very intimidating getting a crowd like this. So just take a deep breath. Let me make your argument. I'm going to make your argument for you, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's wrong. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the argument that is being made that you want to make is that there's legacies of injustice.
Yes.
And that those legacies impact one generation after the other. And when those things get handed down, you have what is a system or a systemic issue that isn't just isolated in 2024. So the argument that you're making is that what happened in 1954 does impact 2024 of decade after decade after decade. Let me tell you my response to that. Of course, there is some truth to that. However, every culture, every person in this audience can point to issues that families or generations prior had that were able to overcome. So the question is, why is it that Black America is one of the only populations, that and Native American populations, that have not been able to overcome such evil, horrors, and injustices? Here's my perspective, and I want to hear what you have to say, is that the number one way to keep people out of poverty, lower the crime rate, and have a better society is whether or not you have a mom and a dad around. Would we agree that's an ideal? Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
And so what happened in 1964 is that 25% of Black youth were raised by a single mom. Today, it's nearly 75%, about 70%. So that means that 1 in 4 Black kids will have a father around. Only 1 in 4. That's the number one issue happening in the country, and it's not because of systemic racism. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
Okay. So I think
like I said, this topic is there's so much underlaying of the Black culture in itself. And I'm gonna let the guy talk, but what bothers me about certain videos like this is people don't know how to really speak about it and don't really know how to talk about it. This guy seems like he doesn't know what he before he even talks, he looks like he doesn't even know what he's about to say. I'm gonna let him talk though, but I will say this. He is right with the numbers. And I do agree that more Black people need a father and a mother at home. We need to be raised in a family environment. And I do think it will be better for society. But we need to also talk about, and hold on. He tried to throw in all other like cultures and societies came from bad situations and overcame. Why does Black people not? You can't compare us to other societies. You just cannot. Like, nobody has experienced what the Black people in America have experienced. You're talking about 400 years. You're talking about having a group of people, being next to more groups of people, not being able to read, write, told that you're lesser than animals, told that you're nothing, worked to death. You're talking about work to death to where your bones is falling off your body. I don't think people really can grasp the idea of being treated that badly. And then, mind you, it's not too far along. We're probably 5 generations removed from different like crazy racist environments and different things like that. Like Jim Crow was not that far. I don't think it was 100. It wasn't even 100 years from now. Like people, that's what I'm saying. The idea and like him talking about Black people and why haven't they like overcame yet is like, dude, we're not that far from everything that's going on. We're really not. And I feel like we did overcome a lot, but let's get back into the video. I can rant all day, but let's get back into the video and we're gonna talk more about it.
Misjudge you at first. Like when you brought up the 1350 stat, I had like just assumed that it was like inherently like eugenics based kind of, So, and that's where mine came from. Like, I think we are on the same page that like we know what the problem is, and that's what I mean. Like,
No,
the
and
education.
that's thank you for saying that, because I think we actually have a lot more in common in this country than the media would ever believe.
No, definitely, right? And like what my point was, I was trying to say is, I don't think that we're doing enough to help these Black communities catch up. Where as like they're underfunded and they're not, and they're over policed, and there's just these factors that are contributing to, like you said, these single parent households.
Yeah,
like,
so we're not going to agree on this. This is where we'll disagree, and that's okay. I have more of a view of Thomas Sowell on this, where he believes it's far more about culture, values, and worldview than stuff and over policing. I believe there's not enough police in Black neighborhoods. You're going to disagree with that. Let's not even get into it, okay? But I think we can ask a question, and I want your opinion. Why is it that the single motherhood rate in Black America went from 25% to 75% over 50 years, where America did become less racist?
Why did it?
Yeah, so what caused Black America to go from one of the strongest nuclear family communities in the country to now the weakest by far?
Feminism, women trying to become men, Black people, and I will say this is what I definitely will say is, Black people, we like to fight everybody's fight. Like the Jews, for example, they stick with the Jews. The Jews have an issue, they stick with the Jews. They don't try to really mix into other people's issues because they know united as one with no distractions is stronger. Black people, on the other hand, they want to get into everybody's problem. So, for example, feminism, right? Women's rights and things of that nature. Black women, when they took the role of let's join this movement, that's when the movement really took off. And let's be honest, Black woman, your men that you were married to, that you were in families with, had no power, had no, like, they weren't, that wasn't their issue. Our issue wasn't controlling our women. We weren't even in charge of our own surroundings, our own environment. Like you're talking about, that's what I'm saying. It's like y'all went fighting against the men that didn't have any control of it. Like, why are you mad at the men? And that's where I'm not understanding. It's like y'all turned y'all back on us when we had nothing to do with that. Black men didn't cause women not to vote. It was white men. But like I said, once the woman, Black woman, joined the movement, that's when it was okay. Forget men. We're strong. We're independent. We can do it on ourselves. Now we're in a time where women are like, we can raise kids on our own. And yes, there's deadbeats out there. Yes, there's fathers out there that doesn't want nothing to do with it. They just want to hit every girl that they see and have kids. Yes, there's men out there. I'm not saying that there is, but we're not going to let things get clouded because there's certain men like that. At the end of the day, you got women that truly don't value family. They don't. You go on Facebook, you go on social media, and women are saying, I got baby fever, or I like basically like promoting getting pregnant, but not talking nothing about no husband. So that's what I feel like is causing the single parents, and like I said, I think Black culture as well glorifies it in the media, in the music, and I feel like that's where it can impact the Black culture more than other cultures, and that's why other cultures aren't as attracted to it. I will also say, and this is my biggest thing when it comes to Black culture, is the fact that we're living on top of each other in these inner cities. You got people that are secluded to this small area. Things like more babies is going to come. Things like violence is going to come. Things like deadbeat dads or moms that want to have mad kids of different men. Those things are going to happen because they're living in environments where you can't control that. Now, if you talk about, let's go out to the suburbs and everybody has their own house, everybody has their own community, everybody has their own space, to where how much crimes could really be caused if you're living separate from everybody? Now, if somebody's living upstairs to me and I hear a bump at night every day, when I see that mug, I might say something to him, and things might happen. Like I said, more things are more likely to happen when you're living in a small, gated, small area community with mad people living in it. So that is definitely my argument. That's how I truly feel, is that people don't look at that stuff. People don't look at, and this is the thing too, why black people are not ahead or looked at that way. We have to overcome so much stuff, and we're not even talking about like the stuff that they like to talk about, like jobs or people have more opportunity than ever. You can have opportunity. That's true. But how do we even get to that opportunity? Imagine being raised in an environment in an inner city where nobody is pulling out a book. Nobody's teaching you how to read. Nobody's teaching you how to write. The parents have only been in this small environment all their lives, so this is all they know. So they're comfortable with living in a poorest mindset, and you're being raised in this. And then you're also being raised to not really know what it's like to really have true success in terms of money, a good job, a good family environment. So now you're not even being raised to have any goals. Now you're being raised seeing rappers, and now rappers is the only thing that you can look to have money. So now you're trying to be a rapper. Now you're trying to be Lil Baby. Now you're trying to be NBA Youngboy. How can you win? And then you talk about how now you're being raised up as well. And okay, let's say I learned from the rappers how to get money. Man, how do I get girls? Oh, girls like the bad guys in this environment that I am. Maybe I had to be a bad guy. People don't really truly sit there and think, all right, how much layers is involved in this black community to fail? 1,000,000. That's why, to the black people that are really successful and really doing it, I praise them. They went through, especially that came from environments like this, I praise them. I feel like that's the hardest thing to do, is overcome that situation. And that's something that I'm trying to do. I've seen a lot of those issues, and I went the other way. Was it hard? Yes. But also, like I said, can I truly sit there and just blame black people when they come from situations that meant to fail? I can't blame them exactly, but I also feel like somebody had, like, we got to get through to them. And that's one of the biggest problems that I'm still, and I truly want to try to overcome and try to help people. And I do try to help people. I employed people, especially from my community. I employed black people. I try to give people the game that I know, and I try to help people in that way. But like I said, I think that Charlie Clerks, the people like that, when they sit back, they look at data, they look at statistics, but they can never truly understand what it's like to be raised in a environment that never even teaches you about success. That right there is the true hardship of black culture that nobody wants to speak about. So, yeah, I know we didn't really watch much of this video, but I wanted to get that off my chest. Like I said, it's hard for me to really listen to this guy in the purple talk. He's like, I don't know, what is he even like truly black anyways? But hey, it is what it is, man. Until next video, I hope you enjoy that. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to grow this channel. You see the Cash App down below if you're feeling generous for your boy. But until next time, what up, though? I'ma holla at you.